Hello and welcome to CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Baz Khuti, president of Modak. We are partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDIQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. Today, I have the great pleasure of talking to Katia Walsh, the Chief Global Strategy and AI Officer at Levi Strauss. Welcome, Katia.
Nice to be here. Thank you, Baz.
So I see the exchange is going to be in Beverly Hills. Have you been there before?
I was there, Baz, 100 years ago. I'm not that old, but it was a very long time ago. The last time I was in Beverly Hills, I was still doing my PhD program, and I was in the area for an academic conference at which I was presenting research. So that was the last time, and I'm eager to see how it has changed, and particularly eager to see how things are reviving again and the joie de vivre that we're going to experience together. So thank you for hosting this in person safely. I'm looking forward to connecting with leaders in this space and contributing to the extent that I can.
And at the event itself, what are you most looking forward to in terms of the event or the relationships there?
Well, it's always great to learn from others. It's wonderful to learn from other companies, other industries, other people, make these human connections. I've worked in many companies across industries around the world now, and regardless of where I've worked, this expression happens to be true. The world runs on networks, physical ones and human ones. And so this is a great opportunity to foster our existing networks of relationships and to enrich them for the future so that we can continue to support each other. What we are doing in this space is transformative. And anything like that is challenging. It's not easy to be the first. It's not easy to be shepherding change. It's not easy to be driving to be a customer advocate in companies that may not have been used to that in the past. And so it's important to support each other, to have this global network, to be there for each other, and to inspire each other.
That's great to hear. And thank you for going to the exchange there. So to close, what are the kind of three global digital data and AI trends you foresee in 2022?
Yes, 2022 is almost here. I cannot believe it. I am very excited about the future. There are so many great things that these capabilities can deliver for the world. And one of the trends that we have already started to see, and this will continue in 22 and beyond, is this acceleration of use of these capabilities throughout any industry, throughout the world, because of the past 18 months, which have really shown even companies and people who may not have been as comfortable as others with digital tools, with virtual meetings, with end-to-end completely digital business models. The past 18 months have shown us that not only can we survive like this, but we can actually even thrive. So we're going to see even further acceleration. Within that, we're going to see even more demand for talent in this space. There is already a tremendous shortage of people with those skills, and we're going to see even more demand. So companies will start to upskill even more, which will be a great way to win what I call the war for AI talent. So that is one trend in terms of the acceleration of digital data and AI capabilities used across the world. And within that, we will see a greater demand for talent. And within that, we'll see a greater tendency to upskill people, which is good news for the world. There are two other trends that I'm seeing. One will be an even heightened, again, attention to privacy, which is always important. Data is a wonderful asset for companies, but we have to make sure that we treat it as both an asset and a liability. And we have to make sure that whatever we do with this wonderful combination of digital data and AI tools is always in service of our consumers and customers. And we cannot delight our consumers and customers if we do not first protect them. So we will see an even heightened attention to that in the future. Regulation will never be able to keep up with this because the technology is developing so fast. So it is on individual organizations to make sure that they do what's right for society, for their consumers, and for their companies, which may not always be what regulation requires. It has to be beyond what regulation requires. And then
I totally conclude with you on the sovereignty of and the privacy of data is really critical, as I see it as well.
And then the third trend that is also very exciting, that we're seeing perhaps as a consequence of what I mentioned as the first trend around acceleration of use of digital data and AI capabilities in businesses and society in general, is this notion of the metaverse, the blending of our physical and digital environments. It has already been something we've been talking about for years. It was actually something that was envisioned back when the internet first came to life, the third industrial revolution. But now, with everything that has happened with mobility, with data, with artificial intelligence, the next big wave is around the metaverse and the blending of mixed realities, of all the experiences that human beings can enjoy today and in the future. So stay tuned for some great developments that I personally expect to see across businesses and across industries in 2022 with the metaverse.
Metaverse. Well, that's excellent and great summary of the kind of key trends occurring. Well, thank you very much, Katia. It's really great to have you here today. Please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you.
My pleasure.